What is up, everybody? I am your host and longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time. I am the hot commodity Ant C, and you are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. And today we are giving you our next Attitude Years episode. Look at me, I'm feeling so accomplished with myself. I'm getting episodes banging out. I can't believe it. But tonight's episode of the Attitude Years is Raw is War from August 24th, 1998. It is the last stop on the highway to hell for Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Undertaker SummerSlam will be that Sunday, and we'll be covering that soon. But we start off with Raw's War with the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, walking out to the ring together. For weeks, there's been speculation if they're working together. Finally, we know, yes, they are. And there's a Hell in a Cell above them, so people are wondering what's going to happen there. Before they can talk, Vince McMahon comes out, and Vince says, "I told you so. With Kane by your side, Undertaker will win the WWF Championship from Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam." And he might feel that because of that, he might not need Vince McMahon. But Vince says, "There will be a time where you might need me." And then Paul Bearer comes out, and basically Vince wants to know from the Undertaker if he is friend or foe, and he wants to know tonight before the end of the night. That's when Paul Bearer comes down, and Paul's very upset, and he talks about how the Undertaker's mom was a sleazy whore. Paul Bearer says, "I'm your father. If there's one last thing you could do for me, please destroy Undertaker." Kane then turns his back to Paul Bearer, and that's when Undertaker attacks Paul. And then Mankind comes out, and he basically sacrifices himself. He just stands there and says he wants to be beat up. And Kane and Undertaker beat up Mankind and nail a spiked tombstone. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin walks on the stage, and before anything can happen, they set off a fire. And then Stone Cold's pissed about that. And Stone Cold promises to beat up one of them tonight. A great opening for this Raw's War. We then get our first match of the night, Ken Shamrock defeating Dan Severn after Owen Hart attacks Ken Shamrock and applies a Dragon Sleeper. That's when Steve Blackman runs down and attacks Dan Severn. Ken Shamrock tries to attack until Shamrock belly-to-belly Steve Blackman, and then Blackman delivers a belly-to-belly of his own. And then because he just attacked his friend, Ken Shamrock slams his head on the steps. I wish I could do that sometimes when I get mad, but that's not normally my life. Mankind refuses medical help backstage, and he gets on the stretcher. I'm excited to see what he's going to do with that. Mankind then rolls on down the ramp with the stretcher. Mankind says Vince McMahon has offered him redemption against Kane and Hell in a Cell tonight. Kane, have a nice day. Now, these guys are the WWE Tag Team Champions, so I'm wondering how that's going to play out for SummerSlam. Sable then comes down and dances with the Oddities, and we're seeing Kurgan defeating Mark Mero by disqualification after Jacqueline attacks Sable from behind, and then Mark Mero nails a low blow to Kurgan. We know at SummerSlam we have that mixed tag match between Jacqueline and Mark Mero against Sable and a partner of her choosing. Jacqueline and Mark Mero get the one-up on Sable this week on Raw. We then see backstage where X-Pac starts to piss inside Jeff Jarrett's cowboy boots. Not good. Hawk is then introduced on commentary. He's acting a bit drunk, which I hate to see. We then see the New Age Outlaws defeat Southern Justice. During the match, the cameraman, Jeff Jarrett, comes down. He's pissed. He has no shoes on. The cameraman keeps panning down to Jeff Jarrett's feet. So basically, Jeff Jarrett and Southern Justice shave the cameraman. And we now know at SummerSlam we're going to have a hair versus hair match between X-Pac and Jeff Jarrett. We then have the Hell in a Cell match, and there's really a no contest here. Mankind tries to climb the cell, but then Undertaker takes him and tosses him off the cell hard through the announce table. Meanwhile, while the cell is on the ground, Austin's under the ring, and he attacks Kane. Taker tries really hard to break in. He can't. Austin nails a stunner, and Undertaker can't do anything about it. When we come back from break, Undertaker's pissed, and Undertaker says Stone Cold jump came from behind. We will meet face-to-face tonight, and because of that attack, it's personal now. So Undertaker and Austin face-to-face tonight on Raw. We then see Chyna. She comes out to the ring, and she calls out the Nation of Domination. The Rock and Mark Henry come out with a ladder. They have a forklift blocking DX's door, and basically The Rock says Chyna wants The Rock. The Nation hold The Rock as he says, you look good on your knees. He gets ready to kiss her. He says, I'm not going to kiss any nasty person like you. The Rock wants Mark Henry to kiss Chyna, but then Shawn Michaels runs down, nails Mark Henry to a steel chair, and he makes the save to Chyna. We then see Val Venis defeat Taka Michinoku after a money shot. After the match, Triple H nails both men with the steel chair and says The Rock will be his bitch at SummerSlam. We then see Gangrel fighting X-Pac to a no contest after Jeff Jarrett nails X-Pac with a guitar shot. Edge then attacks Gangrel from behind. Undertaker is seen backstage walking with a casket. We see the Brawl for All finals. Bart Gunn defeats Bradshaw in this match. The Druids then bring out a casket to the ring. Undertaker comes out. He tells Stone Cold there will be no nonsense. Vince comes out and asks if they are friends. Undertaker chokeslams Vince McMahon. Stone Cold Steve Austin appears from the casket and tries to attack Undertaker, but then Kane appears from that same casket and attacks Austin. They brawl. Austin has a chair. He walks up the ramp, and a path of fire drives up Austin on the ramp, kind of like the highway to hell. This is a very good Raw's War. We're on the path to SummerSlam. We're at the end of 98 almost. I'm excited for what's to come. Thank you for always checking us out. Stay tuned and stay uncensored.